Hey guys, it's the ECOM King here, and I'm going to be giving you a free Shopify dropshipping course on how we took this one product store from $0 to $500,000 in just 3 months with my business partner Vedang, with an untapped product research method, and I'm using Instagram influencers, Facebook ads, and Google ads. Now don't forget to join the free Telegram discussions chat in the description below, and if you're part of the VIP ECOM King group, you'll be able to receive the free Google Slides early access straight away in the community section, so you can follow this case study along. Now, if you want to access this free Google Docs slide, then make sure we hit 5,000 likes on the video. Now, if we take a look at the Shopify dashboard, as you guys can see, we've achieved 435,000 euros, and that equates to around about $500,000. Now, if we reload the page, you're going to be able to see that all the numbers stay the same. Now, what I'm also going to do for you is I'm actually going to show you the date. So it's the 1st of August to the 31st of October, and I'm going to be showing you the actual draft orders as well, just so you guys know that these ain't draft orders. And you can see here, I'm going to reload the page again, and you guys can see that these are not draft orders. Now, if we go back to the analytics, you guys are going to see that it stays the exact same. What I'm also going to do for you is I'm going to be showing you guys the whole year, so you guys know we achieved these results within the 90 days instead of just showing you it from this date range. So if we go to the date range and we start this at the start of the year, so you guys can see here, we're changing it from the 1st of January all the way to December. You're going to be able to see that we had a cluster of sales during that period. So you guys can see for the year, you're going to see the graph, and you can see it right there. No sales, no sales, no sales. And then boom, in July, we had a takeoff mode, and you guys can see it died out just in the end of November. So guys can see that this case study is legit within 0 to 90 days of a brand new store. So guys, now I'm going to be showing you the exact process we took to achieve these results within the case study. Now do bear in mind, as you guys can see here, this is a Google Doc slide, completely free, and once we hit 5,000 likes, it will be in the description. So the first thing that we did is we used the InfoSpy tool, and it's like a product research influencer tool all in one, and we found a product that was booming in the Brazil market, and a lot of people don't even think of the Brazil market, which is crazy. And we saw a lot of influencers placing this product on their stories, timelines, and their feed, and we saw that the French market was untapped. So this is something that a lot of you guys don't even do. You don't even look for products in certain markets that you think are even good, like Brazil, and then when you find products that do really well in countries like Brazil, you're not looking for markets where it's unsaturated. So this product was booming majority in Brazil, but in the other markets it was okay. But the only market they didn't really leverage was the French market, and that is classed as a top tier country. So we thought, you know what, let's go for the French market as it was untapped. And I'm going to be showing you guys in a minute how we use this tool InfoSpy to actually use and find these products. Now, a big brand announced a newer version of the original product that was announced, and I'm going to be showing you guys an example of this as well. So a big brand announced a newer version of their original product. Now, this is one of the best ways to find a winning product. If there's an older version of the product and the company brings out a newer version, if you take the newer version and really execute it well, you can get some great sales. And like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys a real example of this in a minute. Now, we identified that there is a lot of people willing to buy it, but the price was quite too high and they couldn't afford it. So we did some market research and we did some customer research, and this is something that a lot of you guys don't even do. You don't even go out there to really identify your customers, what their average spend will be. And what we did is we found out that the product, people were willing to pay for it, but they just didn't quite have the money to actually afford it. So we thought, if we can come in and undercut this competitor, then we're going to get a lot of sales, which we did. We also knew that in September, schools were out and open again, as they stopped operating for the past few months because of the global pandemic. So again, this is something more that we did, which is more market research to understand what the market was doing. And at the current time, our market was primed due to the September issue. People were in the mindset where they wanted to connect, show their stuff, and it looked good. So again, this is us doing some more research on our avatar to understand where they were mentally in their phase. We therefore wanted to make sure that the price was in a compulsive purchase pricing zone so students and young people can afford it. So we primarily looked into this market and worked out what disposable income they had within the French market, because everybody in different countries have different disposable income and different expenses. So we worked out what it was in the French market, and we found out the accurate pricing structure. And I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do this on an average rate. Now, we ordered 4 different colors at our place and created some custom content with friends of a lot of lifestyle content and pictures. So we ordered the product in 4 variants and we got custom content made. And this is great because this is going to give you the best results when working with influencers, because that's what they're going to want to do. Now, again, if you don't want to do this, then you can use a company that will do it for you called Oberlo, and I'll leave a link in the description to them, and I'll be also showing you it a little bit later on. We ordered some custom packaging at a local printer store, and had a box done and customized the packaging by introducing the handwriting as a welcome gift to the card to send to the influencer. So this is something else that not a lot of dropshippers are willing to do, which is go out of the way and get custom packaging made, not for the whole stock, but just for the stock that you're going to send to the influencers. Because remember, whatever the influencers show on their feed is what the people that follow them are going to see and are going to think, you know what, that's what I want. So if you're giving the influencers the best of the best stuff, then that means that they're going to project the product really well for you, and that way you're going to get really good sales. And of course, in your terms of service, you want to put that to subject not every product that your sell is going to be in custom packaging, only a few will. That way people won't be angry when theirs comes and it's not in this fancy packaging. But you really want to invest a lot of money, a little bit more than people are used to make sure that the influencers receive the top of the stuff, because they're projecting your product to the whole world. So let me show you guys exactly how this actual research method works. So you go to a company called InfoSpy, and you do need the premium version to do this. If you don't, then you won't have this feature. It's this feature here where you go to winning products, and then you go to products, and then it shows you products on influencers that they're commonly promoting. So as you guys can see, I can change this to number of placements, meaning that this product's been placed on that many placements on different influencers. And as you guys can see, when it loads, if I scroll down, you can see the number of placements is 100 and more, meaning that it's been placed on all of these different influencers. You guys can see here, it's showing the influencers that are actually promoting it, and it tells you the main market that these influencers are promoting the product in. So if you scroll down, you can see that the main one is the French market. The majority of these influencers are promoting this product in the French market. So then that leaves us open to look at influencers in other markets where they're not selling this product, because if it's working well in the French market, why would it not work well in another European market? So this is something great, because you can see the last placements, and you guys can see the selling prices and stuff like that. So this tool is so powerful, and it's like very underrated. I don't see many YouTubers talking about it. And if you go to influencers, it also shows you the influencers that have promoted it, and it also shows you similar products as well if you don't want to go for that exact one. So this is pretty much all we did, guys. We didn't overcomplicate it. We came here, we saw a product, we saw the value in it. We saw that it wasn't being used in the French market, because the French market, and this is a massive golden gem for you guys, is one of the best markets for influencer marketing. So when we saw that this product wasn't getting used in the French market, we thought, damn, there's a lot of money to be made, because the French market is one of the top performing markets for influencer marketing. How this old product to new product version works really well. So everybody knows this posture corrector. Everybody's seen it everywhere. Everybody knows what it is. Now, this is an old style of the product, but then they brought out a newer version of the product, and this newer version is basically where it's an electric posture corrector. So when your posture is not in the right angle, it will electric shock you to say, get your posture back in the right way. Before, it was all manually done. So this is a newer version of the older product, and that's technically what we did. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing you the product today, but that's exactly how it works. You can find an older product and find the newer version. The same way that the muscle gun, where it massages your muscles, there's a newer version of it now. There's an older version of it. You're just trying to look for a winning product, but the newer version. And if you can do that, you're onto a great start. And that's exactly what we did. Let's talk about teasing and marketing this product. Now, when I say teasing, it basically means getting the influencers to tease their audience about the market to build up some hype. So we basically found the influencers by hiring someone on Fiverr. We trained him a lot to find high quality engaged profiles. Now, I'm not going to be talking too much about this method in this video, because I've already made a video just here. Click on the video after this video where I actually go into the actual things that you should be training your VA to do. I actually go over the VAs you can hire. I go over the scripts. So I'm not going to be putting it in this video, but I will leave a link here and in the description to the video that I spoke about this in. We paid almost $1,000 to get this list of 500 influencers. So this is something that I think a lot of you guys need to bear in mind. We spent $1,000 just to get a list of 500 influencers. Now, a lot of people ain't willing to do that in the dropshipping game because they don't want to spend too much money. And this just shows that if you're willing to spend a little bit more money than usual, you're going to get better results. We reached out to them all in a personalized way by sending them custom emails, Loom's images by using Lemlist. So basically, Loom is basically where you can create a video and link it to the video, and then you can show what you're doing. So Loom is what I'm using to actually record this right now. But with Loom, you can basically send links to people, share it with people, show them a video of things. And then we used images, and then we used Lemlist to basically publish those. And this is really powerful. This is something that not many people are doing. And if you're doing it right, you can get some great results. One big key to success was that we definitely personalization of our sequences and our emails and follow-up. So everything was personalized, not just the announcement, not just the follow-up. Every email sequence we did, we made sure that every single one of them were personalized. Now, most people only do one personalized email, and that's the outreach email. You need to make sure that every single one of them is personalized. And again, in that video that I made a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, I go over our email sequence template. So I'll leave that again in the description. We ended up understanding that 12 of the 18 influencers were selected were working with the same influencer marketing agency. Now, this is something that you really want to understand. Are your influencers working with an agency? And if they are working with an agency, how many are similar working in the same agency? Because this can be a real good game changer. We therefore organized a sales meeting with the account manager at the agency to negotiate a bundle placement fee. Now, this is something that I don't see anybody talking about on YouTube. So when you're able to work out that they're working with an agency, you want to basically arrange a time and a date to get on a call to talk to them about, yes, you own 12 of these influencers that we're interested in, or should we say you're basically a manager of them. And now we want to work with all 12, but we want to come to a bulk deal. It's like buying products in bulk. You want to get a deal. So it's the same thing, but just with influencers. And this is something that nobody thinks about when they do this. We organized an influencer section in a way that we were making sure to target a pool of influencers followed by the specific group of people. This resulted in people seeing the brand several times on a different influencer story, maximizing the brand value. Now, if you're seeing something being promoted on 5 different big influencers, let's say Kim Kardashian, let's say Beyonce, you're going to think, okay, hold on a minute. These are all talking about it. So this means it must be something important or something great. So when that happens, that's when you're building up trust. That's when you're building up authority. And that's when you're building up what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. And this is something that not many people will teach you. Now, let's talk about the brief influencer marketing. So the phase 1, the teasing. So this is the teasing part. You really want to tease the influencer's audience, because if you tease them, then you're going to be able to get the conversions to come through very quickly. So 1 week before the promo, we asked the influencer to post a product on their story, just a small teasing picture saying that they received a free gift, they're happy, looks good, without mentioning the product. 1 week after, they placed a promo all at the same time on the Wednesday. So let's break this phase 1 down. So we basically made sure that the influencer was teasing by just talking about a free gift they received. They didn't mention the product. They just said, look, I've received a free gift. Then 1 week after, they all placed it on the same day, the same time on the Wednesday for maximum exposure. That's going to get a group of pool of people ready. Now let's talk about phase 2. So I have received many messages about this watch that I received as a gift from XX last week. Many questions and many people asked what I thought about it. I find this product splendid. It has the same functionalities as a competitor who sells it at 300 euros, but at the price of only. It was water resistant, battery 24 hours. It's splendid. The deliver is offered, so it takes advantage of it. So what we do then is they talk about what it then was, what the competitor is, why it's better than the competitor, and why people should be taking advantage of it without actually launching it. So they're not even talking about buying anything here. They're just talking about what was so good about it, why it's better than the competitor. Then we're talking about phase 3, the launch. Good news, folks. I managed to negotiate a 50% discount on the product. So this is the to make this make sense, this is the influencer talking to their audience on Instagram, whether it be a story or a feed post. And they're saying, look, guys, good news, we managed to negotiate a 50% discount on the product. Now, they don't mention the product. They're just talking a little bit about what is the product. And they're introducing it to you a time ago. Just for a reminder, this product helps you achieve X, Y, and Z. So whatever the benefits of your product is, that's what it helps you achieve. And you can save tons of money because it actually has the same functionalities as then the competitor. I've negotiated a coupon for my community, which will give you 50% discount with the coupon and then the influencer's name, then 50%. 50% off. This offer is only be available for the first 100 orders from our community, which will give you 50% discount when you go to the checkout. So this is the influencer just saying, look guys, I've got this amazing deal for you that I was talking about for the last few times, but now I've got you a discount at 50% off exclusively just for you guys. And then the fear of missing out is just for the first 100 orders. Now, if you're working with 20 influencers, do 100 times 20 is crazy. Phase 4 is the promotion extension. Good news, friends, I've managed to negotiate 100 complimentary extra 50% discount codes. So a lot of people will fall for the 100% discount codes. They're going to get worried that, well, the influencer will say, look guys, no more discount codes, you're going to have to wait. So then people will probably wait for the next one. So this influencer then says, look, we've got even more discount codes for you. So this basically builds a real fear of missing out, because as soon as the influencer puts in their story, look, 100 coupon codes have ran out now, sorry guys, you're going to have to wait for next time. Boom, people are then waiting. So then when the influencer says they're available again, sales go through the roof, and that's what happened with this store. So let's talk about the brief media buying that we were doing. Now, media buying is basically just like paid advertisements. Now, we did a launch awareness phase 1 teasing. So we did awareness, engagement, video views, ads on cold audiences. So cold audiences, TOF and MOF. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, you guys need to watch the free course, because I break it all down in like really good detail. But I'm going to quickly cover what this basically means. So when you got a cold audience, you want to engage with them to build up some trust. Now, phase 2, we did the teasing part, launch testimonials, engagement ads on MOF, website visitors, FB, IG engagers, and video viewers. So what you're now doing is you're getting those testimonials and you're putting them on Facebook ads, but because that way you're taking these cold audiences from cold to warm because they now trust you. And again, this was all done with Facebook ads, guys, so do bear that in mind. Now, phase 3 was the launch, and this is where we're actually trying to get sales, because in these two sections here, phase 1, phase 2, we're not looking for sales, we're just looking to convert cold audiences into warmer audiences. So we launch aggressive offer retargeting ad on BOF, Facebook ads, Google display, YouTube ads, and ad roll. Launch TOF and MOF ads on LLA ranges, cold audiences, aggressive offer, and in the retargeting. So this was all about retargeting, because this would have never have worked if it wasn't retargeting. You can't do this with interest targeting. It just would have never have worked. So here you're doing the aggressive offer of 50% off, but you're now retargeting people on these 3 different platforms: Google display, YouTube, and Facebook ads. Now, I've actually got a free course on how to do YouTube ads. I'll leave that in the description. I've also got a video about Google ads. I'll leave that in the description. And I've got a video about Facebook ads. I'll leave them all in the description. I don't want to go over them today because that would take like 7 hours. So watch them after the video, because you're going to learn a lot. But when you've watched them, you understand them, this will all make sense, this whole section. Now, if you've been a part of the ECOM King family for a while, you'll know what all this means. Now, phase 4 is promotion extension. Launch aggressive offer again, same again, retargeting on the same platforms, but this time we're doing it with the ranges of longer cold audiences and warm audiences. This one, we don't care if they're cold or warm, we're just doing it to see if it actually converts. And this works really, really well after you followed the first 3 phases here. So as you guys can see here, this is a print screen of the ads manager, so you guys can see a little bit of what the spend was minus the ROAS, and you guys can see what we were getting in terms of results. Now, if you look at week 3, you can see some more of the results right here, and you guys can see what we've got currently going on. Now, if we move on to week 5, you can then see the next part of the graph in terms of the conversions, the amount spent, the CPC, CTRs, and whatnot. Now, if we look at here, we did SMS bump. Now, SMS bump was absolutely crazy. So let me show you SMS bump quickly. So as you guys can see, I'm in SMS bump. I'm going to reload the page so you guys know this is real. And you guys can see that this is reloading. Now, before I talk about SMS Bump, this was one of the apps that we used. If I go here, these are the apps that were installed on the shops. You can see them all here. I'm not going to go over them all because, again, I've gone over all these apps in my free course. Now, all of these apps, I've got a website called the ECOM King Deals. You can see here, we have Luke's, we have SMS Bump on there. You can get an extra 14 days for free if you use my trial, which will give you 30 days for free. And you got a 14-day free trial with Shopify. Well, if we scroll down, you can see here, if you use my SMS Bump link, you'll get a 0.30 credit for completing completely free, so you can test SMS bump out. And again, I go over SMS bump in my free course, but I want to quickly show you how effective it was for us right here. You can see here, we had two active abandoned carts on. We had a 10-hour and a 1 hour. So we had the 10-hour and the 1 hour. And you guys can see here, look at how much we spent. Look guys, this is crazy. SMS bump works insanely well. You guys can see here the cents, the amount, and the status. Now these are by far the most powerful ones. You have to have these turned on for them to work. And again, these are a little bit different to the ones in the free course, not majorly different, but more focused on the brand, because obviously this is a one product store brand. Again, watch the free course to learn how I do SMS bump. I have got a new video coming out very soon, but the one in the free course is still very much valid. It's very similar to these ones that I've created, just the branding is a little bit different. So guys, I want to quickly show you the analytics for SMS bump. So you can see we spent $4,884, and in return for that we got 44,000, well almost 45,000, which is an 819% return on investment. So guys, don't sleep on SMS bump. I've talked about it a lot in my videos, but I don't think people take it very seriously. So here it is for you guys to take very, very seriously. And again, the whole structure of SMS bump is in my free course, and I'll be making an updated video very, very soon on it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that free Shopify dropshipping course on how we took a one product store from zero to $500,000 in just 90 days. Now, if none of this made sense because you're too much of a beginner, you need to go and watch number one, the free dropshipping course. Number two, you need to go and watch the video I made about Maya Brush, a store that we used influencer marketing for, and that goes over all the sequences. So when I talk about the sequences in this video, the ones in the other video will make this one make complete sense. Then you guys need to watch the videos I made about Google ads and YouTube ads for this to make sense as well. And the Facebook ads is in the free dropshipping course. Once you've watched all of those, I know it'll take a while, all of the information in this video would have made complete sense to you. And remember, once we hit 5,000 likes in this video, I'll leave this in the description and in the pinned comment. But again, if you're part of the YouTube membership, then you already have this in the community section to get ready and read and download. If you appreciate the content, smash the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.